A third skull. This could be useful. Hello and welcome to the MineWreckers server. My name is Weird and Bearded and I am in a pit. Please ignore the arrows. There were some raiders in the corner. I have now dealt with the raiders. I dealt with them by letting them shoot me, because then they were likely to get in the way of their own arrows, and they killed the captain, so I didn't get bad omen. Nice little tip for you there. So here is where I'm going to be building a guardian farm, in case you couldn't tell by the ocean monument that was here earlier. So I got rid of all of that, and then my friend Top came and helped me dig down to this level. We like Top, he's a nice guy. So now I need to actually start building the farm. We're not going to get the entire thing built today. There are other things to do, but I need to get it built enough so that I can do those other things. And I'm going to start by just building a little bit at the end over there. And then we're going to start building it up in slices. Going to build 3 slices today. No collection. I'm just going to run around and collect stuff manually. So up there we simply have 5 layers of glass planes, 58 blocks across, then 2 layers of prismarine brick and a layer of prismarine slab. You'll notice at the end there is 1 slab missing. That's because we're going to be putting something there, and on the other side of that there is 1 block with a lever on top, just as a temporary way to turn things on and off before I get the proper method in place. So now I want to build those slices. We're going to have 19 slices in total going all the way across. Each slice is going to be 3 blocks across, so that's going to take us the rest of the way. This is what we need for each one. That's 100 fence gates, 100 trapdoors, a lot of glass, 370 glass panes, 248 prismarine brick, 67 prismarine brick slabs, 100 redstone dust, and 7 repeaters. We're only going to build 3 at the moment, mainly because I don't have enough redstone dust for any more. So let's get started. I'm going to start with the fence gates. So I want to get some scaffolding up there so I can show you where they're going. So up here, I have started my 3 slices. I've got 3 2x7 sections of open fence gates. They do need to be open. Then I'm going to have a 1 block gap, and then we're going to do another 2x7, then a 1 block gap, then another 2x7, then a 1 block gap, then a 2x8, and then another 3 2x7s. Let me get all of those in place. So now that all of our open fence gates are in place, I'm going to be adding some more glass panes. So again, 5 layers high, and just filling in every gap where there is not a fence gate. And then I'm going to do 1 layer of blocks on top, just the 1. We're not going to do the 2 prismarine bricks yet, just 1 for now. Let's get that done. The glass panes and the bricks are all in place, so you can really see this little grid system now. And it's time to add in some trapdoors. So we're going to be putting these on the bottom of these bricks and just run along with them. And we're going to be covering in every single section with these. So I'm going to get that done. And then it's time to fill these up with water. At this point, if you're smart, you'll have a bucket or 2. I have a couple of buckets. We are going to fill these from the ocean, and we'll use them to fill up these sections with water. So hopefully, I was hoping it would spread. So this is going to take me a little while, but eventually this should work. Maybe if I place it in there? No. So yeah, I'm just going to have to do this bucket by bucket. This is going to take me a long time. I got all of the water in, 300 buckets of water, all coming from the same source. That was a pain. I've also put another layer of bricks covering the entire thing. What I'm loving about this so far is the planning for this happened while I went for a walk along the seafront, including figuring out how many blocks I was going to need in my head. And so far, everything is matched up perfectly. So I'm feeling quite happy with myself. And now we get into the actual redstone bits. So remember our 777, 8, 777. We put that in once more. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we're going to be continuing that along. As so, all of these different sections, so they should all sit directly above the actual trapdoors. So once all of that redstone dust is in place, we just have to connect it all with some repeaters. So we're going to have one coming straight from the lever and continue along that line. And then we're going to have them going straight up as well. Nice and simple connections. And then everything that isn't covered by redstone or a repeater, hopefully the number of slabs we have should cover that. So I'm just going to make sure these are all in the same relative position. So if we're going along this side here, we'll go along this side here as well. So now to get everything else covered up, and then this will be ready for a test. This is all built up, ready to test. Obviously, this is just a small slice of the farm. We don't have a collection system, so it's just going to be me running around the bottom, collecting things. I left a bed on top of the farm as well. It's just going to be me running around, collecting things manually. But I do need drops from this for another project in this episode, which is why we're building it up. So we may as well test it, see how good it is. So I'm going to do a 1-hour test. Let's do this. First of all, are we getting any guardians spawning in there? If not, this is a disaster, and it's not looking good. Well, I got some fish. Let's go into the camera mode. I am not seeing any guardians. This should be at a height that they can spawn. Well, I'm going to wait for a while, see if anything appears. I'm seeing drops on the ground. I haven't actually seen any of them fall yet. Anything over here? There is stuff over here as well. Hello. So they're definitely spawning. Obviously, once this is complete and once we've got a proper AFK spot, this is going to be even better. But for now, I'm going to be spending some time here collecting things. I know! I know! There they are, there they are. Especially considering the fact that this is less than 1/6 of a farm. And the rates are going to increase anyway as you expand it, just because of the way mob spawning happens. And we don't have the collection system in yet. I think we did pretty well. all in a shulker box, which I left at my base. But I'm going to post a screenshot right now of just how much we collected. But I do need to do a couple more hours of AFK before I can actually build what I need to build. Unfortunately, AFKing this farm currently is walking along every couple of minutes. So I have hired the help of some LA. So hopefully, if I position myself right in the middle, they should be able to reach everything. And we can have some fun. I'm just going to jump down. So yeah, I'm going to AFK for a while. Oh, we have some falling already. I'm going to... Perfect. They are collecting things. And things are being thrown at me. Wonderful. Right. I'm going to wait here. Get some more stuff. Excuse me, Top. What's this? You were helping me earlier. I was singing your praises after you helped me dig that pit, and you built that raid farm with me earlier, and now I discovered that you've built another raid farm. This is definitely your area. You go away. I'm having a moment. I feel betrayed. I don't see how we can work together on other farms in the future. This means war. I feel another raid farm coming on. I need a lot more emeralds. I need to beat Top. I feel a lot more farms coming on. Well, let's calm down and build ourselves a starter base. So it's taken me a little while to get to my starter base. Let me quickly explain why while we sit in darkness together. I'm not a big fan of starter bases. I find that if I build a starter base, I will just stay there for a while and not move on to the mega base. I'd much rather go straight to the mega base. But everybody was building starter bases. I thought I would join in, especially as a new person on the server. So on the first day of the server, I went round to everybody and asked them all questions, without letting them know that the answers to these questions would design my starter base. So it's now taken me a little while to get all those answers together, figure out what it's going to look like, build a guardian farm for this starter base. But let's see how it turned out. I'm quite happy with the results. Let's roll that time lapse. So first I asked Rin for a random theme and got the theme of space. I also asked Will for a random descriptor and got indecisive. For the main body of the build, I needed a colour scheme, so I asked Groupie and Gwen for a random colour each, which could have been disastrous, but I got magenta and purple, which is wonderful. And then I also needed a prominent block, for which Queen gave me sea lanterns, hence the farm. Then for some added accoutrement, I asked Top for a random object and got given eye patch. I asked Aries for anything you might expect to or want to find in a garden and got statue. And I asked Beast of the North for a random vehicle and got motorbike. I also asked Free for a random descriptor and got flashy. So this is it. This is the new starter base. I don't know how often we're going to see it. I don't really intend to move in. I want to get started on the mega base pretty soon. In fact, if we look inside, we'll see there's absolutely nothing on the interior except for this to get the lights going. That's all there is. But still, I'm happy with it. People wanted, well, we all wanted to build starter bases together. I now have a starter base. It's purely aesthetic. It serves no function whatsoever, but it does exist, and it is the last thing I have time for today. In fact, I'm really running over time. I was hoping to get this thing edited several hours ago. So, I'm going to say thank you all for watching. Please leave a like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you haven't already. My name, as you can see right there, is Weird and Bearded, and I will see you all next time.